Hey guys, welcome to Tech Life. So let's talk about getting hired after graduation from the bootcamp. All right guys, so I am taking a break from some coding because I'm getting frustrated and I thought I would work on this video instead. We had 2 weeks off for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. And we are back into our first week from all of that, and we are starting React.js. It's kind of the last thing we are going to learn, and we're going to throw it all together for our final project, and then graduation is in mid-February. And as that approaches, of course, everybody wants to know about jobs, and I've received a few questions where people are asking if I feel that the bootcamp has prepared me for finding a job. So let's talk about that. Unfortunately, this is kind of a complicated question. If I had to say yes or no, the answer is yes. We are learning a lot of great and in-demand technologies. So if you know these things, then yes, there are jobs for us upon graduation. I mean, even before, it just depends. This is not a, I have a certain certificate, get a job kind of field. This is what I have done, this is what I can do. Oh, that's cool, here, let's give you a shot, get a job kind of field. One quick example that I can personally give you is that a few years ago I had a friend that worked for a certain tech company, and he reached out to me and said, I think I can get you a job. Basically in doing SQL database work. I had never even used SQL, but he said, the company wants people with your background. We can teach you the SQL. Are you interested? I said yes. I got a job offer in the low 60s, and I ended up having to turn it down for a couple of different reasons, but I was able to get it because of somebody I knew. And that is where this question gets a little difficult or complicated. So yes, if you want to go to this bootcamp and you're curious, hey, will I be able to get a job? Yeah, you will be able to get a job. Now, how you get a job is kind of up to you, okay? When you graduate, you have to have a good portfolio. You got to be able to show people what you're capable of doing. And your GitHub has to be a progression of your learning. But if you want to get a job in this field, I think it really comes down to your network. When you start the bootcamp, you need to get involved in the community. So as much as you can, you need to go to any coding events that are in your area and just meet people. You need to become active in your LinkedIn account and just post stuff and communicate with people. Don't start immediately sending out, hey, your resume every time you chat with somebody. Just start conversation and do it early in your bootcamp schooling, because you're not going to be looking for jobs immediately, right? But over those 6 months, you can build some sort of a rapport with different companies. People can see that you post stuff, they can learn about you, and over time people can start seeing your profile, and they can see that you're active, and just the fact that they recognize you can be a way of getting in the door, right? And then also your own personal network, people that are in your own group might be able to help, right? Knowing the technology is kind of like step one, and then finding the job through your network is the next step. If you plan on just kind of going to LinkedIn or Indeed and hitting the submit button to the applications, that's probably not going to get you the best results, because everybody's doing that. It's not just you. I mean, if you think about it, if you are just starting the bootcamp and 6 months from now you apply and I apply, on paper, I might look better because you have 6 months of experience. You just graduated from the bootcamp, but I can say I have a year of experience. And then the group behind you is going to do the same thing. And now you have a year and I have a year and a half of experience, right? So don't just kind of count on that being how you find a job. Those recruiters are flooded with people just kind of hitting the submit button. It's easier to kind of reach out via LinkedIn, via Facebook, and other things like that, and kind of make a more personal connection and try and find a job that way. So I just kind of wanted to answer that question because I thought it was a great question for people that are wanting to go to a boot camp. Yeah, you will be able to find a job with what you are learning, but that is not the only way you're going to find a job in this field. It is really going to come down to how active you are, who you know. Those are the things that will help you find a job. Another resource that you should absolutely use is the career services that are offered by the bootcamp. And listen, they start right away at the beginning, and it is very, very easy to ignore those career services because you're gonna get concentrated on doing all of the coursework. And I guarantee that some of you are gonna say, I'll catch up with the career services stuff next week or whatever. And next week is gonna turn into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and before you know it, there have been several optional assignments that the career services have put out, and you are now months behind. Don't ignore that. If you need a job when you graduate from the boot camp, that should be equally as important. Use that to make yourself hireable. Don't ignore it. I hope this video was helpful. If I didn't quite answer your question, if you'd like me to go in more detail about something, please let me know and I'll talk about it. I am not actively searching for a job yet. My situation is a little bit different than maybe a lot of you. But if you want to know more about that, I guess I can talk about it in another video. But when I do start, I will share all of that with you, kind of let you see what I'm doing, and we will go from there. All right, guys, I will talk to you at the next video. Have a good one. Bye.